What does alignment mean? It's basically posture, your posture. It's very important that your posture is correct. So alignments, your body alignments. Okay, that's one thing. What are a couple of other things when it comes to position?
Feet position.
Your stance?
Yes, stance.
So we have a few different stances. Make sure your stances are correct. I saw a lot of wide set stances today. This is a squat stance. This is for me a wide squat stance. Some of you guys are standing like this in set position. Set position is pretty much this. That's set position. It's no wider than that.
Push up.
That's a good way of showing it because I do see a lot of people do this.
Yep.
And I'm like, your shoulders are not here, your hips are not here, people.
Exactly. Here. Boom, boom. That's set position, pretty much.
I'm actually taking notes. I'm not texting.
Whose phone is that now? Because it's ringing again. Someone is doing push-ups.
Me. But it's because my dog is sick.
Let's
Push-ups.
Okay. So we have set position, we have mid squats, we have wide squats, we have the kick stance, or a staggered stance, or a split stance. We also have the lunge position. It's very important that the stance is correct because that sets our foundation. So stance, what else? We use a piece of equipment, so it's very important how we actually hold that piece of equipment. Sorry? The grip, exactly. Grip. Grip on the bar or plates or where your hands need to be on the bench or whatever it is you're doing. So grip is also important. This is what we look at in position. And forgive me if I'm going quick because I know I don't have a lot of time and I'm moving really quick. So if you guys need me to slow down, let me know. I'm not trying to stress you guys, I just need to talk quick. Next one is execution, right? What are the things in execution we look for? Range of motion, yes. I call it ROM, range of motion. You start here, you end here. When we start here and we end here, the end point is also known as a target. Falls under range of motion, but it's really important to know your targets. One more thing. We need to move from point A to point B, but it's not only from moving from one point to the next, it's also how we move from point A to point B. So it's also
Timing.
quality of movements. So I'll put quality. You understand that?
Yeah.
Quality. So it's the quality of movement. It's not only the range of motion we're moving from this point to this point, it's how you're moving in between those points. So the quality of the movement is very important too. That falls under execution, how you're actually executing the move. Range of motion, targets, and quality. Yes?
Did you give a lot of feedback today? Because it seemed to me that you gave a lot of feedback on quality of movement.
Yes. I did give feedback on that today. So execution. Next one is what? Timing. Pretty much there's one thing there. We need to move on what?
The beat.
Correct beats.
Yeah. This is the most important to know the beat.
Your bar's too heavy or not?
Move on the correct beats. It's very frustrating for class members because a lot of people, they naturally feel the beats. It's not that they're saying, wow, she's really off the beat today. It's not really that. Some people wouldn't even think about it because they're not used to moving to music, they haven't danced in 20 years or whatever it is. They just feel like something is not right. It just feels like something is broken. It's not running smoothly. So it's really important that we stay on the beats. And this is resistance to rhythm. So it's really important that we work.
That was on the beat. I like that.
Go sit a little more deeper.
So it's really important. It doesn't matter. It's okay, just as long as we stay lit over here. So move on the correct beat. It's very important. Timing is also, think about the quality of the experience, the quality of the exercise as well. It's so easy that sometimes people are in a hurry to the top. They're following the beats. We're following the beat as instructors, but sometimes we're a little bit stressed to get to the top because we might be fatigued, and we'll talk about that in just a second. We're not fit enough to actually keep the timing.
I like the way on the chest, instead of counting, you went down, 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 up.
Yeah.
That was like, because people were all over the
People are all over the place using it because they can't see you.
Yep.
So sometimes we need to guide them a little bit with just some sort of tempo reference. So whatever way you want to do it. Okay, so these are the compulsories. These are really, really important. Not to say that these aren't important, but these are the compulsories because they're the most important ones. Next one is furry. What's the next one? Yes. Just want to see if you guys are awake. Fitness is all about how fit are you to teach the class. Are you fit enough to teach the class? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're using these massive weights throughout, but yeah, you do need to lift role model weights. You need to look inspirational to people in front of you. Looking inspirational doesn't mean that you work to failure. It means that you work and you are sweating and you can tell you're working hard. I don't know what was wrong today. We're not working at altitude. I was feeling it today. I don't know why. But anyway, yes, you need to challenge yourself, because people look at you and they say, okay, wow, the instructor's challenged himself. That inspires me to challenge myself as well. So it's important that we have the right fitness. But also, not only that, fitness for this. At the end of the class, are you maintaining this? Is your position still correct? How's your alignment? Is your execution correct? Is your range of motion? Are you cutting yourself short because you're too fatigued to go through the full range of motion? Is your timing off because you just aren't strong enough, or you're not fit enough to maintain the proper timing? Are you coming up too quick and resting because you're too fatigued? You know, you have to have the right fitness as well. It's really important. Again, you need to be a role model.
I have to
You're a
stop
physical
you. I
role
want to
model.
say something.
Just 1 sec. Yeah.
You don't know the timing. You need to work on your timings still. What do you need to say?
Is it correct, or would it be okay to tell participants that only in the last 4 to 5 repetitions of an particular exercise, you know, at the end of, say, all of the chest, in the last 4 to 5, should they really be
Because you-
thinking